what happened under that tent unless they don't want to see it and they don't want to know, because you have to. There is a cause and effect. What made Karmelo Anthony jump out of that tent? We saw multiple bodies pushed from the front to the back and to the side. And like I said, I'm going to say it again. Wouldn't it be ironic that Hunter Metcalf and Austin Metcalf had sandwiched Karmelo Anthony between themselves? Austin pushes Karmelo into Hunter. Hunter, once he said this, I didn't see the knife. That means that if you didn't see the knife, that means that Karmelo Anthony's back was to you. And when you pushed him towards your brother, because y'all really thought that y'all was about to double team that young man out in them stands, when you pushed your brother. If you was the one that pushed him into Austin, it was your push and your power and your weight that pushed Karmelo Anthony into your brother with that utility tool. All right, audio. Okay, audio check. All right, hold on. Let me come to the stage. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to Tony Talks Vested Up, Compelling Sports Edge on the 28th of June. Hey, to all of you moderators, hey, thank you for holding it down. Trust me, I know it's been a trying time this last week. So what I did was I've modified who can comment today. So if you are a Vesta and a subscriber and you have, excuse me, and if you have joined this channel within the last 7 days, please don't take no offense, but I had to lock it down so I couldn't get distracted by the haters and the racists in here. But after the video, please come back and post your comments. Okay. I had to work around. I had to find a issue to resolve what happened yesterday. My moderators had over 1,100 chats yesterday, and so they talked to me behind the scenes, and I'm trying to give them some relief today on this good Sunday. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to this channel in the last 7 days, you will not be able to post in the comment. So it's nothing against you. I just need to keep the riffraff out of here because they're tending to stop the energy, the vibes, and the information from getting out. I even had somebody come under my video last night, and they informed me that even the people in Dallas, yes, locally to where the incident happened, they said that the news media locally is not even reporting the Karmelo case anymore. So I'm going to say once again, whatever we are doing, it is very powerful. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Now, you know my motto, I don't like to keep you long. So I'm about to go ahead and jump straight into what I got to do today. And you know, I've seen some of the latest videos. I even heard shout out to Willie D. I heard what you put, Austin and Hunter's mother said yesterday or lately, and I have some issues with that. Now, I want to go ahead today on this good Sunday that the Lord has made. Yes, that the Lord has made, which is why I'm trying to change the energy today, okay? That's why I locked down the room. I don't want the racists, the haters to come in here, and moderators. If the racists or the haters subscribe within the week and they get in here, ghost them. I don't want to see their name pop up. I don't want to read no type of chats that could be taken any type of way, because today is Good Sunday. And listen, we're going to continue to push this message out. We're going to continue to talk about this case, like I said, until Karmelo Anthony is released out on appeal. And if there has to be a mistrial, it'll just be a mistrial, okay? I'm going to say a mistrial or a retrial. I even go for a retrial because I want everybody to know how deep this thing was in Collins County. Listen, so this is my focus today here, and I want to calm down the room, okay? I want to calm down the room. There's a lot of back and forth, you know, and we know on both sides it has a mixed audience. But all of us, it don't matter what side that you own today. It doesn't matter what side you owned yesterday or the day before, or even when the verdict came out. We all need to be looking at Collins County, okay? Because they is the one that didn't give him a fair trial. It was their prosecutor that violated the law. It was the judge that violated the law. It was the jury that violated the law. Nobody. It was also his defense attorney that violated the law. All of us, it doesn't matter what side of the fence that you own, all of us need to be looking at Collins County, because that grainy video that they released, you mean to tell me that they found grounds to find him on first-degree murder? Everybody. And I'm going to say this too, because I heard what the mother said, and I'm going to be objective, and I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way so I don't forget. I heard the audio clip that's going around with Megan Metcalf talking about the cases, her sons, and all the other stuff. I'm pretty sure you know exactly what audio clip I'm talking about. And then I'm just listening. First, I listen, of course, as a Black woman who's impacted by this because of race. And then I had to replay this again, and I wanted to be objective. So I'm telling you what my mindset is and why I'm going to start this show off with this right here. Because we know that Karmelo Anthony, right? 3.7 GPA. When this incident happened, by 45 days later, he was going to graduate high school. This is what they're not understanding, right? For all of the, I'm going to say all of the Americans, because now I know it's white Americans and Black Americans. They don't understand why this thing doesn't make sense. Karmelo Anthony had a 3.7 GPA. Nobody can tell me that doesn't matter. That definitely matters. That man, that means that young man, he was counting on graduating within 1 month of that incident. He had 21 scholarships waiting for him. And I don't even know if he had decided what school he was going to. But 21 scholarships. And you mean to tell me that he went to the track meet with premeditated thoughts and intentions to kill somebody? That's not the case. That's not the case. Also, he also was what? The captain of the football and captain of the track. Does that sound like someone who would do something and wants to be portrayed in the media that the way that they're portraying him? So I'm listening to what Megan Metcalf said, right? And I'm listening to her, and there's some things that I don't like what she said, but I'm gonna address that. But I want to address the people because, like I said, I'm going to tell it to you raw and how I heard it, because we know every community is not perfect. We got some bad actors. We got some good actors. But I'm hearing the people, the way they're talking to Megan Metcalf, they generally don't know what happened, what caused the issue. They don't even know who Karmelo Anthony is. They even said, we don't even know nothing about the young man. You mean to tell me a year and a half went by, or a year and some months went by, and you still don't know who Karmelo Anthony is? You still don't know who Karmelo Anthony is. I heard them say they took the arrest record and they aligned it up with the video. I said, what? So a lot of these people, and I'm trying to give you their mindset, they would rather believe what is written on the arrest record than what they see with their eyes. Now, the ones that was on a call with her, right? To me, I really think they was genuine. because they started asking, hey, can you tell us what happened to the track meet? Hey, can you tell us what's this and what's that? Austin mother, she had the nerve to say that she really can't tell you what happened under the track, under the tent. I said, what? Megan Metcalf had the nerve to say that she don't know what happened under the tent. And it's been already 1 year and 2 months. You mean to tell me that Hannah didn't even give you or tell you within the same household what happened under the tent? See, I call that fraud. Because if we know what happened to tent, even under that distorted, grainy video, she definitely knows what happens under the tent. And she also says, and I know my boys, but I know my boys. She says she know her boys. So let me go and start this right here since my slides has come up. But I'm going to say this right here. I really think to the white Americans that are trying to have an open dialogue, a conversation about what happened on April the 2nd of last year, to those white Americans, that's who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to the racists. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the white Americans that's actually trying to understand what's going on. Because, listen, I'm not the only one, and I know you're not the only one. I have worked with white Americans that has been some of the best people in my life. And I have worked with Black Americans who have been some of the worst people in my life. So it's a mixture on both sides. When I was living in the South, when Hurricane Helene came through, it was a white man that picked up the phone and say, hey, I know that I'm 6, 7, 8 hours away from you, but I'm hearing that your location don't have generators. Hey, I will pack up my family and come bring you one. I said, what? I said, you really? He said, yeah, I'll pack up my family and I come bring you one. I come bring you one, Tony. But I also had Black friends who was maybe 2, 3, 4 hours ago, and they never even offered that to me. So what I'm trying to do today on this good Sunday that the Lord has made, I'm talking to the white Americans and even some of the Black Americans who thought that Karmelo Anthony, he did this with premeditation and intention to kill somebody that day. Now, I know a lot of you may not want to hear this, but I'm talking to all of the reasonable people in the room, because it is some type of divide right now. The atmosphere is very different. Even for Black Americans, we are rising up in a spiritual sense. So hold on, white America. Don't get jumpy. I'm talking about in a spiritual sense. There's something going on. There's something going on. And I think we know that. We feel that. And I also think the world feels it. So that's something you cannot stop. That is divine intervention that's happening right now on the spiritual realm. Thank you, God. And y'all, since it's Sunday, go ahead. If you're able to go ahead in the chat right here, if you're able to chat, just go ahead. If you want to, go ahead and drop your favorite verse in the chat. Of course, I won't be able to get to all the chats, but just say, God, I thank you for a time like this. We're living in a time where one county in the state of Texas, you got people talking about race wars, but I'm going to say thank you. You got people even calling me some of the most derogatory things, but I said thank you, Collins County. You got people badgering and harassing all of the other Black content creators who's just trying to get the information out, because mainstream media, either they change the narratives or switch the narratives for intended purposes only, to kind of garner up all of this frustration that we feeling. We're looking at the wrong people. It needs to be Collin County. They are the one that released that video. Once again, like I said, they are the one that broke the law. And I think they're just sitting back and laughing at everything as it go down, because they have divided this, and it's emboldened some racists to come out and say exactly what they feel on their heart. And that's why we're going to push back and we're going to say exactly what's on our heart. We know that God exists and God is in this case right here. And I'm pretty sure that God, he definitely will show his power. That's why I'm going to push for a retrial. I want to push for a retrial because I heard some white Americans on that call. They're lost, y'all. They actually believe, and I heard them say they saw the Metcalf twins sitting on the bench first, and Karmelo Anthony comes up and calls the altercation. I said, what? I don't know what they're looking at, but I'm at least going to give that sector a benefit of the doubt. Now, let me go ahead and start right here. Now, I want to say this right here. To everybody that has come under the videos, watch the videos, the comment sections, it is going down in the comment section. All I'm seeing is love. Everybody's talking about justice. Everybody's talking about God. Everybody is talking about love. Everybody is talking about redemption. I love that. Of course, we're going to have some, you already know, in the comments, but don't let that discourage you. Go ahead and continue to say, free Karmelo Anthony. Free Karmelo Anthony on this Good Sunday and every day. Tomorrow, we'll make exactly 7 days from when we heard that he had a legal team who I'm pretty sure is doing what they're doing behind the scenes. But there is a sector of white America who I think is really trying to understand this case. And I really think once it comes out that I'm going to say the Metcalfs, they have played on their sympathy, white America is going to be upset when they feel and find out they have been bamboozled by this whole family. Because if they don't know, and I don't think they know, y'all, I don't think they know that even Hunter Metcalf said some things on that interview where he said that it was his brother. And when he said that it was us that went up to Karmelo Anthony and we the one that told him to move. And it was this Austin that I'm going to say attempted to steal his book bag because Hunter even said Austin grabbed his book bag. Hey, that sounds like theft to me. And then it said, we, AKA that's multiple assailants, even though everybody didn't throw the first, hits or whatever, that still was the definition of multiple assailants. So I'm going to say, white America, please, just like we're over here doing our homework, you need to do your homework regarding the laws. And also tell your kids to keep their hands off of Black American kids and everybody else in this world. We don't have to, and I'm looking at you in the camera, Black Americans, we don't have to do nothing that you say. You don't have that right over Black bodies. You don't have that right on where we sit, what we do, what we think, what we read, what we eat. White America, you don't understand. You don't have that power or authority over Black Americans. But we do know this. As I said it before, that in the past, it has been lies. And now we definitely can say it's been lies that racism doesn't exist. This right here is alive and it's festering and it's growing. So that can't be denied no more, white America. And Black America, let me tell you, let the law and the legal team do exactly what they need to do. Now, I don't believe that story about Karmelo Anthony supporters assaulting and beating up a white woman. I don't believe that. But if that is true, there's no need. This case is going to be on our side. Hold on. You don't believe me? Come on with it. Let me show you this right here. You already seen some of these right here. You already know these right here. Now, let's go to Texas. Let me focus on Texas right here. And guess what? It's been 19 minutes past. Already warmed up the room. God is in this thing. Hold on. I want to go ahead and get the evil spirits out. Let me go ahead and read my favorite verse today. This is one of my favorite verses. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hands are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down and worship. Let us kneel before the Lord, our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. So Black America, trust me, just listen. I don't think we're doing no violence, but you know they're going to lie on us. Yes, white America, there is a sector that's going to lie on Black Americans because they want to incite a race war that's not going to happen. Because we got the intellect that we don't need to have to put violence and force into the streets. You know why? Because they're feeling it right now, and all we're doing is talking and breaking down the laws and scenarios and all of these other things. Just keep pushing in the right direction. Now, I want to say thank you, Father, for that, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Let me show you this right here. They don't even want me to be talking about God under my own video. But let's focus on Texas then. Let's go ahead. Let's focus on Texas. Let's focus on Texas. So as I said before, hold on, let me blow this up. This is what I brought up yesterday. Texas is, in terms of exonerations, Texas leads the nation in terms of exonerations, right? I went over this yesterday. Now, let me go ahead and show you this right here. This just came out here. This just came out here either today or this morning. Once again in Texas, if it's a true story, right? The Atlantic Black Star 7 hours ago when I clipped this. A Texas case that captured national attention is back in court after 2 men cleared by video evidence. Returned to pursue legal action against the neighbor whose accusations say upended their lives. This just came out. And I'm going to say that Texas, I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know the time and the date, but we also going to be reading, there was a Texas case by the defendant by the name of Karmelo Anthony, who is back in court after Collins County cleared him by video evidence, and now he's pursuing legal action against Collins County. That is the headline that I'm waiting for. But Texas, what is going on in Texas? If you scroll down, Black men who beat our charges with bombshell video returned to Texas court after winning. Now they're finna sue the person that lied on them about our charges. Texas. And I'm going to say, white Americans, why do you lie on us? Why do you lie on us? I know you may be looking at movies and TV and music videos and whatever, but that's not. Believe it or not, I'm going to go get real with you. What you see on TV and the movie and the music videos, that may be only 5% of all Black Americans. Maybe 5% of all Black Americans. And I understand the ones that's calling us out of our name and derogatory languages and saying all kind of things in the comments and the live screens and harassing us in our channels. We understand that's not all of white Americans. But we ain't never lied on you we ain't never lied on you like that. Why do y'all keep lying on us regarding and oh gosh. The Metcalf boys, the twins, and everybody, all of those lying 21 witnesses know exactly what happened under that tent. Somebody came under my video and somebody said, when we was getting into the theory about who actually hit Austin in the chest, right? And they said, well, why people, okay, it's back and forth regarding did Karmelo Anthony do it, how he did it, why he ran away and all that stuff. But they said, why is everybody ignoring the additional fight that happened under the tent where somebody could have took the opportunity to surprise Austin and had a perfect opportunity? White America, Go back to the video, and Black Americans who believe that Karmelo Anthony did what he did, or it was first degree murder. Go back and watch the tape. Why nobody is talking about the additional fighting under the tent? And I want to go ahead and address this before I continue in my slides. Regarding the trash can, you know what I think it was? You know what I think it was? It either could be the weapon, or it could have been the good. How can I say it? I definitely don't want to. It's a DRUGS. I think the dealer was under that tent. I really think that whoever discarded whatever they discarded in that trash can was DRUGS, because we already heard, and you already, if you was in that live, somebody came in here and they said that the primary cause of death was a DRUGS overdose, and the secondary cause was a stabbing. And so for Austin Metcalf's mother to say that she don't understand what happened under that tent, I really think white America is going to be upset when they found out that they have given almost $1 million to a family that has taken advantage of them. Because there is no way she couldn't even come up with nothing. She said, I really don't know what happened under the tent, huh? And to the white woman, I didn't catch your name, but you kept saying, well, can you tell us this? Can you tell us this? Hey, at least she was trying. She was trying to understand what was going on in that tent. They really sound sincere, because we definitely have seen some black people, some white black lawyers. Oh my, it's like they didn't have no common sense at all regarding this case. They couldn't even give their opinion outside of, I don't know. I guess they had a lot of white clients and they just didn't want to speak up on the case in a, how can I say, intelligent manner. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But white America, I really think that y'all are going to be upset when you found out this family has really taken advantage of your kindness. So we're going to keep pushing. You got to start thinking outside of the box. Start thinking outside of the box, because that legal team, like I said, the reason why they're quiet is because they're quiet on purpose. They don't have to come out and say anything. They're doing their jobs behind the scenes. And just because they are the face of his legal team, they probably got 5 or 6 or 7 people individually. So we talking about, it actually could be a team of 60, and they're doing their jobs. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, speaking of that legal team, once again, to everybody that's saying that he don't have a legal team and he don't have any weapons, here's his weapons. Here's his weapons. Oh, I got a lot of people out that room there. Oh, that number dropped real good. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. Now let's keep pushing for everybody else in the room. We already went over this here. If you missed it, I'm just going to give you some cleft notes. On the official arrest record, we talked about his body weight was 130. Okay. Austin, let me go in and put Austin to the stage. Come on, Austin. So before I go into this next thing, let me go ahead and remind you on what he said. Let me go in and play this again. Come on to the stage, Austin. What you said happened?
Before I knew his name, now this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." I also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and I'm not going to talk about the rest. So.
Okay, hold on. Let me play that one more time. It's only 24 seconds.
This kid, before I knew his name, now this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." I also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and I'm not going to talk about the rest.
So you already know exactly what I broke down last night, my theory, and I definitely want to read this one right here. Father God, in the name of Jesus Christ, I lift up Karmelo Anthony before you. You know the truth of every heart, every action, every fear, every wound, and every hidden thing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I ask your truth come into light. Let justice be done, but let mercy also be present. That's what I'm saying. Come on with it. 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 Yes. Yes. I'm glad you have Karmelo accolades listed up there. Yes. Because they say they don't even know who Karmelo is really after all this time, but that's okay. We're going to continue to push. This is why we're going to continue to push. We're going to get it out there. Yes, let's show some love and hit the like button and subscribe and be notified when the new videos come out. And for the live streams, let's get this algorithm up. Come on, y'all. I don't even know who you are, but thank you so much. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? 2 amens, 2 amens. I'll take care of this one, moderator. I'll take care of this one. Not today, Satan. Not today. Not today. We're going to give God praise in this live right here. Yes. I heard about that. I heard about that. Yes, the son, Hunter, is now with Austin's girlfriend. Yes, yes. It sounds like Cain and Abel. And I think when Hunter said he whipped around, I think when he ripped around, because he said he didn't see the stab, he whipped around, but he didn't see the stabbing. I really think, as I was demonstrating yesterday, and I forgot, he said that when he whipped around to actually hit Karmelo from leaving the tent, that's when I think, and Austin was this. So let me go in and say this too. It is believed, because we can't see the video because of Collin's counting, who is the agitator of this racial tension right now in America, is because they didn't show the jury the actual tape. And don't forget the Brady disclosure, where the prosecutor, the state, they cannot withhold evidence. That's definitely going to lead to somebody's innocence. It's called the Brady disclosure. Now, we already know that 50 people saw the crystal clear tape. I even had somebody, and I wish I would have put it up here. So after the live, somebody even came under my video, one of my videos in the last 3 days, and they said, why do I need to see a crystal clear video? They said, why do we care about a crystal clear video? I'm assuming when the defendant and the convicted felon is a black body, it doesn't matter what the evidence is. I had somebody actually come and say, why are we requesting the crystal clear video? I'll leave it right there. Exactly. He wouldn't know these two. Okay. Didn't allow that bully. Free Mello. They was jealous of him. Yes, they were. Yes. Lion. Right. Frisco is small, and she know Karmelo was a star. Listen, and she also said she didn't know what happened under that tent. The mother has said with her own voice, even as of today or whenever that recording was, that she don't know what happened under that tent. That's a lie. Because by now, you mean to tell me that the prosecutor didn't tell you that when you were in there in the courtroom, you didn't hear what the witnesses said? Depending on when the audio clip came out. But you know what? I just answered my own question, because the video was recent, because she even discussed how Hunter Metcalf got into the courtroom to actually hear the verdict. So this was recent. So Megan Metcalf, in the Willie D video where he played the audio, she has the audacity to say, even after the trial, that she really don't know what happened under the tent. She could have said, well, you know, hey, he was found guilty. They said this, they said this. Hey, the witness said this. I wasn't there. The witness said this. She said she don't know what happened on the tent. The devil is a lie. Megan, your son. You mean to tell me your son didn't tell you and Jeff Metcalf what happened under the tent? Because he just told the world. You couldn't even repeat what your son said? Your son said exactly what happened under the tent. But to white Americans, whoever was in that call, you were trying. I'm definitely going to give you credit. You actually was trying to understand what happened under the tent. So there is a sector of white America that truly don't know what's going on. They don't know, like, they really don't know. But they are trying to find out. That's why I know that there's some white Americans in this live right here. So thank you for even coming to our channels to try to understand how we're looking at things and what was missed and what's not being shared to you in mainstream media. Because even TMZ said that Hunter said that Karmelo Anthony grabbed his book bag, when we know that Hunter just said that Austin grabbed Karmelo's book bag. Y'all, the media got this thing twisted up, y'all. Woo! At least we go over there and listen to their side. Some come over here and listen to our side. But the media has done this along with Collins County. They got America shaking on a stable foundation right now, y'all. So that's why today we're going to calm down the room a little bit. I know we can't do everything over here. Tony Talks vested up. But for everybody that's coming in here, listening here, we got to calm down, because Collins County is the one that's hiding the truth in this case. They're the one that presented grainy videos, lying witnesses on the witness stand, a flawed jury. They're the one that did this. And right now, eventually, they will have to do everything in their might to not get sued by the Anthony family once this thing is turned over. Because Karmelo Anthony, just like these people here, just like these two brothers here that was just found not guilty, they're going back to sue the woman. And this was also in Texas, where it is. Here. Those two black men, now they're going back to court to sue her for destroying their lives. Texas. Let me keep going. It's crazy. He's been tried, convicted, and sentenced, and we still don't know step by step. Right. So of course, I don't know what your nationality is. Right. But it's crazy that he's been tried, convicted, and sentencing, and we still don't know step-by-step details of what happened leading up to the step. Listen, Hunter just said it. Let me go ahead. Because Hunter told it all, y'all. Hunter told it all within the matter of days. But they don't want to hear that. They don't want to listen to that. They don't even want to consider that. They just want to consider the skin, Karmelo Anthony's skin, because they don't have the evidence. They don't have a video. They got lying witnesses. They tampered with evidence. They tampered with witnessing. This is exactly what Hunter said. What happened under the tent?
Kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I know.
Now we know that he's lying in part of this video here, because the evidence, it showed Karmelo Anthony getting there first. So he had to switch it up. He had to switch it up, because the video, even though they distorted it from exactly what happened under that tent, we know exactly what happened under that tent if you watch that video and listen to what he said. But I got exactly what you said. If they go ahead and release the crystal clear video, we got everything we need. Free Karmelo, they all lying. Come on with it. Got it. We took care of that. This is some freaking conspiracy here. I believe they set up Karmelo. Yes. Now hold on. Okay, let me go ahead. Okay, so hey, so everybody got it, got it. Now this is what I want to talk about here. We already went over the rest record. You know, I went over this last night. Hey, uh, hey, 130 versus 220, but it's actually 700 pounds when you consider everybody that was surrounding Karmelo Anthony. We went over this right here. We went over the clear, clean hoodie, no blood on it. It was a smudge right here, right? And it could have been because he fell and, you know, broke skin, right? We talked about this. This is the angle of the knife, right? The wound, right? And did you see, like I pointed out last night, did you see the fluids inside of Austin's coat? And he was 3X, y'all. I'm getting somewhere. And like I said last night, I didn't want to post the other picture regarding the inside of his tracksuit. But if he was like that, bleeding like that, Karmelo Anthony left spot clean, I want to hear that. I want to hear Karmelo Anthony, which his lawyer should have put him up there on that stand in self-defense. Listen, let me tell you one thing, America. I'm going to say America, especially Black America, because we see that the attack is against us. Anytime you're self-defending yourself and you are in the courtroom, it don't matter if you're scared, confused, you got to get on that stand. I don't care if your lawyer said don't get on that stand. No, that's how Mike Howard railroaded Karmelo Anthony. He's supposed to have got on that stand and defended himself and told it from his point of view. At least we would have known what was going through his mind. But Mike Howard, he was on another mission. Let's keep going. Now, this is where I want to get to. This is where I want to get to. So I want to go back into this because everybody liked the analogy and the breakdown from last night. So, of course, we went over this last night. Karmelo Anthony was 130. That put him in the super welterweight class category, and Austin Metcalf was 220, which puts him as in the heavyweight class, right? Of Mike Tyson. So hold on, I'm gonna get to something, okay? So this is just a reminder, okay? So that's like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis fighting somebody the size of Money Mayweather. But they say, oh, all Karmelo Anthony had to do was push him, right? Hold that thought, right? Push him, right? Hold that thought. Come on. And then I also broke it down last night. Well, if he went to the track meet to do exactly what they saying he's doing, you know, why would he have articles in his book bags? These was the articles in his book bag that came from Collins County. And I want to say again, what first degree murderer would have and actually I don't even think that's scrambled. I think that's what you call it, word finder or something like that. Yeah, did he have something in his book bag called Scooby Doo? He actually had something in his book bag, word scrambler, listed as Scooby Doo. See, this is what we fighting for this kid for. He had a charger with his fingerprints. He had paper with his fingerprints, Cheez-It, snacks, a comb with his DNA, pens with his DNA, keys with his. And they saying that he went to the track meet for evil intended purposes. Once again, he went to the track meet. They want us to believe that he went to the track meet with snacks, with a receipt with his credit card number on their face. This is absurd, y'all. I'm sorry. This is absurd. With his fingerprints and a necklace with his DNA, his sweat glands, his skin cells, all of this. He went to the track meet with premeditated murder and intent on his mind with stuff like this in his book bag. First of all, let me tell you one thing. Anybody that's really that's gonna do and make it do what it do, they're not going nowhere with no type of evidence. They trying to come in there clean and leave clean. But see, Karmelo Anthony, he was at the track meet because that's where he's supposed to be. And he was invited under that tent. And once again, white America, you don't have the right to police no black body. No woman, no man, no child of any sex. You have no authority to tell us nothing. So Why do y'all are not focused on the cause? What caused this whole entire incident? It was Austin Metcalf and his brother and his friends. But y'all don't want to believe that. A certain sector, right? Let's keep going. I'm finna go somewhere. Now, let's go right here. Let's go right here. Because you got to paint it. You got to give them a picture. You got to provide them a clear picture, right? Now, I asked AI a hypothetical question. If you asking who would win a hypothetical fight, the answer depends entirely on what version of fighters you're facing, right? Got it. So I said, Floyd Money Mayweather and Mike Tyson. This is what it said. Prime versus prime. This is when Mike Tyson was in his prime and Floyd Money Mayweather was in the prime. AI said Mike Tyson. It says why? Tyson fought as a heavyweight, typically between 215 and 220. Floyd Money Mayweather spent most of his career between 130 and 147, with his highest championship weight at 154. That 60 to 80 pounds difference is enormous in boxing. This is what AI and research is saying now. This is why they got different categories. It says that 60 to 80 pounds difference is enormous in boxing. Let's go to the next sentence. Elite skills rarely overcome this size and punching power gap. So they're trying to say, as I said last night, they think that Austin at 130 could push, Karmelo Anthony at 130 had enough power to get Austin off of him. Now, mind you, they're not talking about 4, but let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. What else did I find out? All right, skills comparison. In terms of defense, this is what AI says. In defense, Mayweather would have the edge. Ring IQ, Mayweather. Speed, Mayweather. Footwork, Mayweather. Now, here we go. Punching power, Tyson. Size and strength, Tyson. Ability to end the fight, Tyson. So for everybody that's saying that Karmelo Anthony at 130 should have just went punch for punch or push for push, what impact would Karmelo Anthony have on somebody this size? Listen to this right here. Mayweather is arguably the greatest defensive boxer ever, finishing his professional career at 50-0. Tyson, meanwhile, is regarded as one of the most explosive heavyweight punchers in boxing history, becoming the youngest heavyweight champion at age 20. We know this, right? Now, the way that Austin and his friends and his brother was marching up there to Karmelo Anthony, they already was on sky high. They was already on 10. That means the blood was already basically pumping, and they was ready to jump on Karmelo Anthony. You think Karmelo Anthony would have had enough time and strength to go ahead and fight off 1, 2, 3, because Austin said we went up to Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony at 130, you're saying and believing that he had enough strength to fight off 700 plus pounds regarding 4 bodies. Let's keep going. Hold on. I'm going to get you somewhere that I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, Mayweather's movement and defense could allow him to avoid taking heavy damage, while Tyson would remain the most dangerous puncher of his size. Here we go. Prediction. Tyson by knockout because of massive size and power advantage. This is all what Mike Howard had to do. Explain it to the jury like this. Lay it out just like this. Hey, Karmelo, stand up. Take off your jacket. Turn to the side. Turn to the left and the right. Come up here. Do a 360. Let the jury see your size. And then I would have said, hey, Judge, I call to the stand Hunter Metcalf. Since they are twins, Hunter, please take off your jacket. Come up here to the jury stand. Turn to your left, your right, your front, your back. Turn around 365 degrees and put them side by side. there's probably some people that was in the jury stand smaller than Hunter Metcalf. Do you think they would have want Hunter to push them? Why not? Because Karmelo Anthony was sitting just like the jury. See, this is what Mike Howard should have did. He should have did a proper demonstration. Or if he didn't want to call Hunter, precious Hunter, to the stands, he could have got the security guard or anybody that weighed 220 plus pounds and put him up in the jury, in front of the jury, along with Karmelo Anthony. But Mike Howard didn't do none of this. Let's keep going. But you already see who will win that. In terms of pure boxing skills, I'll get an edge to Mayweather. In terms of who will actually win the fight under normal heavyweight conditions, Tyson. So they wanted Karmelo Anthony to sit right there and get pushed on and beat on by somebody the weight of a Mike Tyson, even with his epilepsy. Let's not forget that, because a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of people on the black sector and the white sector that don't know that Karmelo Anthony had epilepsy. He even had epilepsy in the jail. And the parents had to rush it up there. They didn't even know where to take his medicine. He even had a seizure when he was taken to Wallace unit after sentencing. What about his medicine? And they really wanted him to stay there and push back when you got epilepsy. But let's talk about the fight that happened after Karmelo Anthony got out of that stand. Because when he got out of the stand, it was another fight that ensued. I think that's when the blow happened. But in order for me to believe elsewhere or something else, Karmelo Anthony will have to take the stand, or his defense attorney will have to come out after the appeal is granted and he's already home with his parents. Somebody got to tell me something, because we need answers about what happened under the tent after Karmelo Anthony left. Because I demonstrated last night, sitting down in a headlock, if that is true, even the forensics thing, and they said, and I said last night, there are forensic experts who's not even on this case, and saying that there's no way he could have delivered that hit. There's no way. Sitting down in a headlock or leaning forward in a headlock, you cannot reach up 6 feet and hit somebody in the chest if you're in a headlock. That's why I think somebody else did it, even his brother, because he said he wheeled around. And you mean to tell me that's 22 people, because 21 people on the stand, including Eddie, said they didn't see who actually poked Austin, but they know Karmelo Anthony did it. See, white America, I don't know if y'all know that. 21 witnesses on the stand, they got up there. Why isn't the Metcalf family, since they're doing interviews and since the judge wouldn't allow any cameras in there, tell what you heard in court? Tell white America and anybody who's actually trying to understand this case that it was 21 witnesses allegedly that said they didn't see who stabbed Austin. Even Hunter just said he didn't see who stabbed Austin, but they know Karmelo Anthony did it. Let's keep going. Now, I asked this question maybe 3 days ago. I said that maybe some people in America don't know what is assault, right? The legal defenses to an assault charge varies by jurisdiction, but the most common defenses include self-defense. The defendant reasonably believed that they were facing the imminent use of an unlawful force. Karmelo Anthony, once again, 3.7 GPA, never been in trouble all his life. He was 45 to 50 days from graduating. he reasonably believed that he was facing imminent use of unlawful force. 4 people came up on him. Let's keep going. The amount of force used was proportional to the threat. This is what they later throw in our face, right? Deadly force generally requires a threat of death or seriously bodily harm, depending on the jurisdiction. So they want to keep talking about proportionality. Let's talk about proportionality to a young man who had 3.7 GPA, who was graduated within 45 to 30 days, who had 21 scholarships, captain of the team, captain of the football. Let's go ahead and paint a picture for you. He had 4 people in front of him that rushed him. You had 4 people. Hunter just said it. We told him to move. They're getting violent. They're getting aggressive with him. He knows that he has epilepsy and he can't fight because he'll go into seizures. And he know he got a 220, maybe 230, maybe a 140, 150, 160 on each side of him, 700 and plus pounds. And in Texas, the multiple assailant law, that is considered a deadly weapon. So that means that Karmelo Anthony, he meant deadly force with deadly force if he was the one that actually landed that blow. That means with being circled with 4 people, 2 people together was almost 500 pounds, 440. That means he meant deadly force with deadly force. If they could have had their way with Karmelo Anthony, we would be singing a different tune. Matter of fact, we wouldn't even be talking about this because Karmelo Anthony would have been laid to rest last May, 45 to 50 days before his graduation. 3.7 GPA student, 21 scholarships. Captain of the football, captain of the track team. If they would have had their way with Karmelo Anthony, we would be singing a different tune. Matter of fact, I hate to say this, but if they led Karmelo Anthony to rest last year, we probably would have forgotten about the whole entire incident if the Metcalf brothers and friends had their way with Karmelo Anthony. So he met them. Deadly force to deadly force. Mike Howard, you didn't do nothing. It's okay. That's why Karmelo Anthony got a legal team. And they're going to do all the work that Mike Howard didn't do. And while they're doing that, Ben Crump is working on that civil rights violation lawsuit that's going to bring Texas down to its knees, starting with Collins County. Let's keep going. So we already know defense of another person, defense of property. One. Defense of property? You mean to tell me that the defense of property was an assault? Didn't Hunter just say that Austin grabbed Karmelo Anthony's book bag? Hold on. For everybody that's coming into the room, hold on. Didn't Hunter just say that Austin grabbed his book bag, which falls under assault, defense of property? Hold on. Come on back to the stage, Hunter. This kid,
before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack. This kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about the rest.
So that means that Austin had a right to defend his property, right? Because Hunter just said that Austin grabbed his book bag. So let's read this. Limited force may be used to protect property. Deadly force is usually not permitted solely to protect property, though there are exceptions in some states under specific circumstances. So along with getting hit on and pushed on, Austin takes his property and throw it. That's assault. Let's go. Let's keep going. Oh, if this wasn't up here, here's the definition of defense of property. Since Hunter just said that Austin grabbed his property before the fight took place, that means that those boys was aggressive. So even if Karmelo Anthony was sitting up there the size of Floyd Money Mayweather, 130 pounds, let's say he was trying to calculate and stay calm. In the beginning, right? Hold on. Where his face at, y'all? Where his face? Hold on. Give me time. Let me move this over real quick. So this young man is sitting up in the bleachers minding his own business. Let me paint the stage since Mike Howard didn't do it for the jury. He's sitting up there invited under the tent. And we know that it's been stories saying that he was under the tent the week before because track meets, there is a weekly event, Mike Howard. Okay, so I'm sitting under the tent and I'm minding my own business in my phone, doing what I'm doing. And 4 people that we saw come through the fence, making their way at me, but my head is down and I don't know, they coming with aggression. And Tony talks vested up. How you know they coming with aggression? Because we saw how they was walking up to them stands. And they went up in the stands. And Hunter just told exactly what happened. He said, we walked up to him and told him to move. Aggression. He still didn't do nothing. They tell him to move. All these multiple people, 150, 220, 220, maybe 150, 150. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot under that tent. You don't know what's going on. The original people that saw the video, it said it happened in a matter of seconds. Let's say 20 to 30 seconds. It happened fast. It didn't take 4 minutes. I'm sorry, white America. That video that you saw and you are relying on, that is not the real video. They added more time in there because, well, we already know how it would have looked for Austin and his brothers and their friends. But Karmelo is sitting there. You already came up in my face. You're yelling at me. You're aggressive. See, this is the picture that they're not talking about. This is the cause that start. This is cause and the effect. They're hollering. They're yelling at him. Listen, they grabbed my property and threw it. Oh my gosh. And then Hunter says, Austin pushes him. Threat. Pow. If it happened like that. But I still don't think he hit. I'm sorry. I don't. Karmelo would have to tell us that he was the one that hit the blow, caused the blow. But if he caused that blow, he definitely is faster than physics because he didn't have not one spot of blood. Even if he was getting away, they didn't show no pictures of blood on his shoes. There's no way. If he did, he's very fast. But you see what I'm saying? Well, let's keep going. Here we go. Let me go back to my slides. Here we go. Let me move myself over. And I'm about to let you go. But no. But listen, today is Sunday. We're going to give God all the praises. Look, it hasn't happened right now, but we know that God is still alive and God is mighty and God is moving. Right. No weapon formed shall prosper. Come on with it. God, I thank you for a time like this. Yes, wrongfully convicted. Yes, I totally agree. No matter what color you are, there is good and bad. Come on with it, right? That's crazy. All of a sudden, he went wild, talking crazy and aggressive. I really think under that tent, the things that got thrown into the trash can was, I'm sorry, I really think it was illegal substances. That's why I think they had to rush. Listen, even though Austin was falling, we already seen the movie. We don't see many movies. Even though Austin was falling and Karmelo Anthony was running away, they had to discard what they had in their possession. It was too many people under that tent. Now knowing we saw other tents, it was just too many people under that tent for nothing illegal to be going on. I'm sorry. And if that autopsy comes out, and white America found out that the Metcalf brother, Austin, and his parents knew that he passed away because of a legal substance. Oh my gosh. Woo! They're going to have to deal with their community. You're right. There is a heaviness. Come on with it. Maybe your black friends didn't have. Wow. What? Listen. I got what you're saying. You're going back to Helene. Right, but they didn't even pick up. I should have said this. They didn't even pick up the phone to even call. So maybe I should have added that at that time. Okay. Really? No. That's called provocation. I'm not even going to put that up here on the screen. That's called provocation. Do y'all remember last night or yesterday when I played the audio clip with the white father going to the school because the school called him because his 5-year-old son got into a fight with a bully, and he said, "Son, did you tell him not to touch you?" And he said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, principal, he did exactly what he's supposed to have did." If I need to play that again, I would definitely play that again. Because that white father, he said, "Son, you got you." And the principal said, "Oh, no, we don't tolerate bullies." The white father said, "I agree with you. We don't tolerate bullies." He said, "But your son is going to be suspended for 3 days too." He said, "Why my son got to be suspended for three days?" He was defending himself. The principal says, it's because he was fighting. He said he was fighting because he was defending himself from the bully. He said, "It don't matter. Your son is going to be suspended for 3 days." The white father said, "Well, nah, he ain't going to be suspended for 3 days because he finna go take a 3-day vacation." Now, this is what all families should put into their kids' minds. Don't let nobody hit you. Don't let nobody put their hands on you. This is why they and we put our kids in karate just in case something happens like this. Just in case something has like this, we take them to the, I can't say that word, but JuiJitsu, right? JuiJitsu. If I may be saying it wrong, but the Austin Metcalf twins, didn't the father say that they was skilled in JuiJitsu? So that means to tell me that Karmelo Anthony, he is in front of bullies who know JuiJitsu that could actually kill him with one hit and one blow of strangulation, which is why he went for the head, if that is true. Yeah, I think white America, who is supporting the Metcalf family, is going to be in a rude awakening. But premeditation, that was a warning. Don't touch me. That was not premeditation. See, they thinking because he said don't touch me, that was premeditation. These people don't know what premeditation is. Premeditation is that Karmelo Anthony thought about this for 3 to 5 days. And on the day of the track meet, he went to the track meet with all intended purposes, not to run, not to see no friends, not to sit under the tent, but to go and do what he did. That's what premeditation is. And we know that's not the case. Good gracious. Some people, hey, hold on one second. Let me do it. Ghosts. Thank you. You're so right. Those two brothers are known bullies, monster, mean, and just plain evil. And the parents are no better. Come on with it. Even the mother said she know who her sons are. The whole community know who their sons are. Poor them cheerleaders were scared. They was like, "Please don't mention our name. Don't mention our name because we are fearful of what they may do to us." That's what the cheerleader said. Willie D video yesterday, he mentioned something about the witness tampering and said the DA, I believe, was talking to Hunter, not to. Right, I heard that too. But it's another reason they didn't want Hunter in there. But let me slow down. Let me get him. God, I thank you. Romans 12:19, come with it. Black people talk and quote, touch me, and right. Black people talk, right. They don't understand black people talk. That is our warning. Touch me and watch what happens. That is our warning. Means we're going to move furniture. We will move, yes. What? Now, I've seen white people say, touch me, I'll shoot, touch me, oh, I'll knock your head off. So they can give provocation or warning. I'm sorry, they can give warning, but we can't give warning. They can give provocation, but we can't give provocation. Because if we give provocation, that means that it's premeditated. Y'all, we're not dealing with the intelligence sector of the white community. I'm sorry. Psalms 35. Come on, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Richard. Let God arise and our enemies be scattered. Come on with it. Amen. Amen. I only got 2 more slides. Come on. Let's give God all the praises. What is God? Man. Actually, look it up. Oh, mens rea. Yes. I saw a lawyer talk about mens rea. That means that, they fleeing, y'all. Let me go ahead and read some more quotes out of the Bible. Hold on. Yeah, mens rea means that Mike Howard didn't even establish the mindset that Karmelo Anthony was in. I just painted that picture for you. You walked up being aggressive. You're yelling in my face. It's for you. I'm sitting down. I'm looking up. Everybody is hollering and screaming. Then you take my property. You throw it. He said Austin took his book bag. Now, what if his medicine was in that book bag for his seizures? What if that medicine was in his book bags for seizures? Now we know, we looked at the pictures, medication. I don't know what the medication looked like, but we didn't see nothing that looked like medication. But what if it was? That means you just took my medication. And what if he was due for a dose in any minute? And Austin took his book bag and throw it. Oh, you coming out? I'm coming out. Romans 8:20. Come on with it. That's one of my favorite ones. Yes, Romans 8:28. Tupac said it's years ago, and it's still going on today. Come on with it. They're a bunch of devils and demons to have spirits like that. Yes, I called it. I can post. I made it. I can post. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Thank you. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Rest. Come on with it. You know what? The ignorance on this good Sunday. You want to be seen, and guess what? You have been seen. Now you're a ghost. God, I thank you for a time like this. Come on, free Karmelo Anthony. The video, the free Karmelo Anthony, the court released an edited version. Yes, that's right. And they didn't show the real one. You're right. They didn't even show the real one. Hey, amen, Dr. Regina. I thought he said, as long as you don't touch me, we good. Well, that's in the police record. Oh gosh, it's so small. That's in the arrest record. Hold on. Since we're on this subject. I'll tell you what here. Let me go ahead and put this up here and go ahead and make screenshots. And you can read the police record on your time. That was Hunter's words from what he can recollect. So go ahead and take screenshots, but it's in here real quick. I definitely want to continue to go ahead and give God the glory. I want to go ahead and read these emails here. Let's see here. And then I'll try to pull it up because I got it here. But his words were in, I'm sorry. It was the witness said. What the witness said they heard from Karmelo Anthony. So we really don't know what Karmelo Anthony words were exactly, because this is in the arrest record. It came from witnesses. So they could have added something, took something away. So this is what Hunter said. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Yes. Media reports the untruth and misinformation, but y'all, YouTube media is investigating all evidence. Right. We are splitting hairs over here. We got some people focused on the video. We got some people focused on the audio. I'm focused on documentation. I'm focused on forensics. I'm focused on, hey, we got an issue here. But you're right. Yes. All investigations. They still not going to believe it. Generations of this. You are so right, Sabrina. Hey, how you doing, Amber? How you doing, love? Hunter said, yes, he did say a mistake was made. Oh my gosh. Mike Howard. You could have added Hunter to your list. You could have did this so many ways. I noticed after I downloaded them videos and looked, I found something interesting between video 5 and 6. The girl with the yellow hoodie left and didn't show her coming back. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I'm definitely gonna look at that video. Free Karmelo, the video, the court release is not. Yes, that is true. The stadium has stated. Listen, thank you. I meant to go to their school. I don't know if they're gonna have the information out there, but I'm at least gonna go to Texas State Board of Education requirements regarding school footage. It got to be some type of regulation out there for these schools, because I don't believe, and we don't believe, that is exactly what Memorial, whatever school that was, gave to the police. Now we know that, doctor, the stadium has state-of-art 8K cameras, right? Very clear videos, but the one they showed us is grainy and far away. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. But on video 6, she appears up the tent. So there is something that is missing. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at that. Oh, I remember. Hey, but I got your email. Thank you. Mel, how you doing, Mel? Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. For his steadfast love endures forever. Psalms 107:1. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Mel. Free Karmelo. This can be any of our sons, nephews, or grand. That is what we're doing it for. We're doing it for our parents' generation and grandparents that are still living, our generation and the generations to come, because somebody has to do it. And why not now? This is the prime time, because something spiritually is happening in the atmosphere. We got it on our side. They act like Jesus died and left them in charge. Facts. The video clearly shows the twins, their group of thugs walking up in Karmelo, invading his space. Yes, multiple assailants. If you play video 5 and 6 on the split screen, you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, thank you for that. Hold on. Videos 5 and 6. I went out there this morning, and the files are still out there for anybody who wants to know exactly what we're talking about. Go to Collins County tx.gov, or you can type in Google or do a search for the state of Texas versus Karmelo Sincere Anthony, and the Collins County website is going to pop up. And then you're actually going to see all of the attachments that I'm referring to. You're going to see photos, videos, and audio all right there on the website. And guess when they updated that information? They updated that information on May the 31st of this year. Now, I looked at what they put out there. It's supposed to be 98 exhibits, right? But we only got 58. So I'm pretty sure they probably took out some graphics, photos, but they probably also took out something that was going to, I'm going to say, allegedly find Karmelo Anthony innocent, not guilty. But trust me, the new defense attorney would definitely get to the bottom of this here. And once again, I want to remind to people that said that they don't know who Karmelo Anthony is. He still is a 3.7 GPA. He would have graduated 45 days after the event. He had 21 scholarships, no behavior issues at all. None. And you mean to tell me Karmelo Anthony was going to throw his future away with a 3.7 GPA and 21 scholarship? They want us to believe that Karmelo Anthony, and they got some sectors in America believing that Karmelo Anthony, he wanted to throw his future and life away on a rainy day in Texas at a track meet. At a track meet with a book bag full of snacks, a scrambled word with Scooby Doo on it, a chain with a cross, with a hoodie that says the fear of God essentials. They want us to believe that Karmelo Anthony, 3.7 GPA, 21 scholarships, about to graduate in 45 to 50 days, went to a track meet to throw his life away. Mike Howard, you didn't even bring this up. Karmelo is covered by the blood of Yahweh. Amen. 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 Be peace. In Texas, we are focused. No one is jumping people. Okay. Collin County, since you're in Texas, Collin County, they don't have to release it to us, but they definitely got to release that to Carmelo's Anthony's team. They're going to release that 8K video, because even in that grainy video, and you just heard what Austin said. Austin said, we went up to, why is everybody, come on, Austin, back to the stage. Austin just said, what happened? He said that we went up to Karmelo and told him to move. If the other ones didn't hit him or not, it's still called multiple assailant. Multiple assailant. Come on, Hunter.
This kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. And he's like, make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother.
That was Hunter. That was Hunter. I'm not saying, I don't know who you are behind the scenes. I'm not saying that all Texans are not this. I'm talking about, listen, we got to stay right here. We got to stay right here. I'm not talking about all of Texas. I got friends and family in Texas. We're talking about this case right here. We're staying focused right here on this case. Yeah, I said right here on this case. I'm not talking about all Texans. Matter of fact, I'm pleading for Texas to get out and vote, because y'all got that AG up there by the name of Ken Paxton. Oh my gosh. Ooh. No weapon formed against Karmelo should prosper. He says, call on me and I will answer. I believe in God. Come on with it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Ooh, Psalms 91:1. Yes, Tammy. Yes. Yes. I see that I made room for the subscribers and the investors that were already subscribed to this channel a week ahead. That's why y'all in here. Now I see that when I started reporting on this case, most of those fools came in here after the fact, because they can't even come in here and ruin the vibe. Oh my gosh. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Oh, come on, April. Greater is greater is he that lives in me that is of this world. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. That's not coming. I don't know what you mean it's not coming. You better make yourself clean. You better, who are you? Because if not, you're about to get ghosts. Not today, and not tomorrow, and not this week. So I'm gonna look for another one. But if you ain't talking right, you're about to get dismissed. Team Karmelo, if they speak, it's a lie. What lie was told on Karmelo? Those people have no fear of God. God chosen, that's why. Let me see here. What is a black and white? Are those made up things? I don't know what you're talking about. 21 liars. Yes, 21 liars. They said that they don't know. They said they didn't see who actually hit Austin in the chest with the weapon, but they all know that Karmelo Anthony did it. I said, okay. And Austin, Hunter, who was with my brother's keeper, just said, he even said he don't know who stabbed his brother, but he know it was Karmelo. Hunter just said this. Hunter just said, I didn't see who stabbed him when he got stabbed, but I know it's Karmelo. Touch not my anointed and cause my servant no harm. Come on with it. Wrongfully convicted. Come on with it. I know you was in here yesterday. Wrongfully convicted, wrongfully convicted. Right, Queen. Wrongfully convicted. I don't believe he did it at all. No blood on no, not at all. Hunter was home. He went home and changed. Yes. The country, the state, the media, and family have to make him whole. He missed out on school, a graduation, a prom, and working 2 jobs, and time with his family, time at church, and he need $1 billion plus. And he also missed out on 21 scholarships. And by now, he would be going into his 2nd year. Karmelo Anthony would be going into his 2nd year of college. Because the rumors is he wanted to be a lawyer. The irony of it all. I mentioned that a long time ago. Yes, cause they went back. Because they are their ancestors. That's why they lie so much. I think it's because Karmelo said, I'm not alleged. I did. Listen, he was talking about the fight, Jason, he was talking about the fight because you know why? Because when they said, oh, we don't know if he's going to make it, he said, what you mean? You don't know he's going to make it. He was talking about the fight. But you can believe what you want to believe. I'm going to believe what I'm going to believe. But until the retrial, I want to hear from Karmelo Anthony. I want to hear from Karmelo Anthony, or somebody that represents him from his team. So everything is not going to be closed. People are still going to speculate which is which, but we focus on self-defense right now. And what Hunter said, this is what Hunter said. Eddie, change clothes, right. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, Tyson. First, there was no second. Oh my God. See what I'm saying, y'all? They don't even see the second fight in the stands. They don't see, oh my God. They don't even, no, you see that fight. You just don't want to recognize it because you're trying to twist the narratives. But if you don't see that sight, that means you don't have the eyes to see. You don't have the eyes to see whoever you are. You don't have the eyes to see or the mind to comprehend what's going on. So maybe you're supposed to be blind for a time like this. But everybody sees the second fight under the tent. Oh my gosh. These are the same people that think genocide is justified in Israel. They have cold hearts and don't have the ability to be honest or objective. Right. They are laughing about the baby in Mississippi. See what I'm saying? And that is truth. That is truth. White America, just like Black America, y'all need to police your own. Y'all need to police your own. Free Karmelo. Karmelo doesn't know what his mission was. Oh, Lord. You already know, wow. You already know, wow. Let me see here. I'm going to come back to the comments. I think I only got a few more slides. Hold on. Here we go. I just got a few more slides and then I'm going to let you go. Let me get on to the comments. I got to go back to the comments. And y'all, look at the height difference. Karmelo Anthony, I forgot to hit on this last night. Karmelo Anthony was 5'8". Austin Metcalf was 6 feet and had an extra 100 pounds plus. Woo! I'm glad he got out of it. I'm glad he got on it. That one little speck of blood. He showed his fast. No other blood splatter. All that blood that came from Austin. There's no blood splatter on Karmelo whatsoever. And we already talked about this. Matter of fact, the boxing world won't even let this happen, even in an expedition, because of what could possibly happen, y'all. AI said, and I wish I would have captured that. AI said that the boxing world, there has been talks of an expedition between Floyd, Money Mayweather, and Mike Tyson back in the days, not now. But the boxing world will not even allow it to happen for regulation purposes and safety purposes. Because what if Mike Tyson accidentally hit him with that extra 100+ pounds and unalive Floyd, Money Mayweather? Y'all, let me go back here. Let me go ahead and get through these slides, and then we can talk and chatter for a little bit. Hold on. Okay, we all talked about this one. We're going to talk about this one. We're going to talk about this defense of property. All right, here we go. Lack of an intent, mistaken identity, necessity. Necessity. The defendant claims they committed what would otherwise be an offense to prevent a greater imminent harm. Mike Howard. Duress. Duress. The defendant argued that they acted because they were coerced by another person through immediate threat or serious harm. Mike Howard. You could have said that Karmelo Anthony was in distress, being confronted with multiple people. They're coming up here, hollering in his face. He's sitting down. He's trying to understand what's coming on. He know he can't fight because he has a disability, epilepsy. One of the brothers took my book bag, and now they push me. It's on. I don't understand why this was so hard, y'all. Hold on. Insufficient evidence. The prosecutor, make sure it's on the other page. It's probably not. Insufficient evidence. The prosecutor has a burden of proving every element of the defense beyond reasonable doubt. If it cannot do so, the defendant is entitled to an acquittal. Let me read it again. Okay, y'all see it. The prosecution has the burden of proving every element of offense beyond a reasonable doubt. If they can't do so, it said every element, the defendant is entitled to an acquittal. So they couldn't show it in a video because they showed that to the jury. All the witnesses said, hey, we don't know who gave Austin that fatal blow, but we know Karmelo Anthony did it. That's not proof. That's not proof. That's called actually witness tampering, and coercion. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's go. I'm almost done. Self-defense in the state of Texas. So you previously asked about Texas law, and here are the basic principles under Texas law. A person is generally justified in using force against another when they reasonably believe the force is immediate necessary to protect themselves from another unlawful use or attempted use of force. Self-defense in Texas. The reasonableness of this belief is judged from the circumstances as they appear to the defendant at the time. It doesn't say the Metcalf brothers. It doesn't say the Metcalf friends. It doesn't say even to the teachers that witnessed the incident. It doesn't say nothing to the people in the stands. It says the reasonableness of that belief is judged from the circumstances as they appear to the defendant at that time. That is Texas law. It didn't matter how anybody else saw it. You can say he should have just got up. You can just say that he should have pushed him back. No, what does Texas law say? It's what the defendant saw at that time. Texas law also addresses when deadly force is used. Generally, a person must reasonably believe deadly force is immediately necessary to protect against another's use or attempted use of an unlawful deadly force, or to prevent certain specific violent crimes. We know the Metcalf boys and friends went up them stairs with premeditation, something, and intention. Texas also has a stand your ground provision in certain circumstances, meaning there is no duty to retreat. I don't have to say nothing else. Texas also has a stand your ground provision in certain circumstances, meaning there is generally no duty to retreat. Mike Howard, you don't know Texas law. Okay. 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 Is that the end? Oh. Texas criminal pattern jury instructions. This is the jury instructions. I forgot I had this. This is my first time reading this, so let's read it together because this is my first time hearing this. This is Texas criminal pattern jury instructions. TCPJI 2010. Note, Texas criminal pattern jury charges, that's what the jury's supposed to, they got charged with a duty, were updated in 2015. So I'll bring that back tomorrow. So the multiple assailants, Texas criminal pattern jury instruction 2010 3.1800 multiple assailants. The accused is entitled to a jury instructions regarding his right to defend himself against multiple assailants when there's evidence viewed from the accused standpoint that he was in danger of unlawful attack or a threatened attack at the hands of more than one assailant. What did Hunter say? Didn't Hunter say, we went up to him? Oh, Hunter. Oh, Mike Howard. Oh, Prosecutor Greg Willis. Oh, Judge Roach. Oh, Texas AG Ken Paxton. Hello, let's keep going. Frank versus State 688. You see it. Although the evidence of multiple assailants can be raised by statements contained in a confession, for the defendant to be entitled to this instruction, the evidence must be more clear than it was in Dickey versus State. You read it. But an instruction is not required when the accused testified that they did not feel an attack from one assailant. What did Karmelo Anthony say? And what did Hunter say? Hunter said, we went up to him and we told him to move. He said that Austin grabbed his book bags, and he even said Austin pushed him. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And Hunter was there along with the other friends that we saw up in his sands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Multiple assailants. Multiple assailants. Multiple assailants. It came out of Hunter's own mouth. White America, it came out of Hunter's own mouth. Oh, I like that. I think that's it, y'all, in terms of my slides. Let me go ahead and give love to the chats because y'all have definitely been giving me love all week long. I'm going to do my best to read every last one of them because I greatly appreciate you being here today. And today is, let's give God all of the praises and glory. Karmelo Anthony is an American Indian from Lumbridge. We all are Indians. Hint, hint. But thank you for that, Tate. Thank you for that. Oh, I like that the chat is so quiet. And moderators, if you've been knocking them out, thank you so much. But this is what I love. The chat, the spirit, the energy is so calming today. Thank you. He's a turncoat. I know who y'all talking about. Did you see that girl come between the brothers? Is that why they didn't live together? And why Hunter stayed with her the whole month after his brother's death? Listen. Ooh, listen. Ooh. Karmelo Anthony acted like a real man when he defended himself. Yes, he did not let them beat him up, hit his head, jump on him. Y'all saw the comparison between Floyd Money Mayweather and Mike Tyson? They would have killed him in that stand. You're right. Karmelo acted, yes. Yep. I believe they're not killing because if you see the knife, it has an M on it, memorial or an M, right? But they listen in those files from Collins County, they will not flip it over. I looked through all the pictures. They must have took that out, but I tried to look for that picture, and I could have. Yeah. But everybody's saying that reckless and talking, aggressive and talking reckless. Please explain. Hey, because Austin and Hunter's mother know them boys was bullied. Everybody. Let's see here. Everybody. Hold on. I had to do some cleanup. In the interview said it was an accident. You're not gonna say it was an accident when a murder. Your friends. Hunter had the knife and framed Karmelo. That's why he said it was an accident. That is true. I got you. I got what you were saying now, sweetie. Thank you. I got what you were saying. Got you. Okay, hold on. Oh, it done jumped. Oh gosh, it done jumped. Let's go here. Psalms 91. Let me go back up. Karmelo dwells in the secret place of the Most High and abides under the shadow of the Almighty Yahweh. I thank our God Yahweh for releasing the excellent young innocent man. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Karmelo shouldn't have ran. Listen, if you had 4 people and you know you had to get out of there, are you going to wait around to see if they're going to follow you? Even in the military, they tell us run if we feel like we're being overtaken. What is everybody thinking? So if you're walking down, let's say a road, let's take the human element out of it, right? If you're walking down the road and you see 4 dogs that's going to approach you, and you got these dogs barking at you, you're not going to feel threatened? Are we living on different dimensions, or are we living in different time zones, a different has it been a dimensional split or something? Because what? So you want him to stay there and see if the 4 of them is going to run after him? Oh my! Woo. Yes, Karmelo ran and got an adult hunter. Yes, the coach. Yes. Yes, I believe Hunter. Yes, I believe all of them would have. Karmelo shouldn't have run away afterward. Did y'all think he's supposed to just sit there and see if they was gonna attack him again? We are all innocent, but we can't be. Gotcha. I believe one of them guys had the knife, right? And I said Hunter, when he swung, he said when he whipped around, I think he caught Austin in the chest, but I could be wrong. Hunter Miles said it. Speak the truth. Come on with it. That theft and assault, yes. Theft and assault of yes. The new Johnny Cochran saying for Karmelo, no knife in his hand. He ain't your man. Amen in Jesus' name. They want to keep it solely between Austin and Karmelo. If anyone else is added to the attack, it is jumping, and he was defending himself. He actually was, even if it was one-on-one, even with the weight difference, the weight class. That's what I'm trying to stress. He feared for his life. He feared for his life. Even with Austin, even if Austin would have just approached him, he feared for his life. What I'm getting attacked for? and you're 6 feet, you're 220 pounds, you're the size of Muhammad Ali, and I'm the size of I'm gonna say 130 is actually small. That's like middle school size, y'all. That's like a middle school size. Karmelo Anthony was that slim. He had the weight of a middle schooler at 130. Karmelo, wow. Damn, Karmelo was about to graduate high school, the weight of a middle schooler. And even looking at him, why would Austin and his brother Hunter and friends go up to a boy that small and ask him to move? He wasn't a threat. He was in his own space, minding his own business. 130, and he was a senior at 130. Do y'all see how small Karmelo Anthony was? And y'all telling me, and some people believe, that if he did what everybody said he did, that they don't think that he should have took those measures to protect his life with the weight of a middle schooler. Because that's what the police weighed him at. 130 pounds. 130 pounds. Karmelo Anthony had the weight of a middle schooler. That's exactly what Hunter said. And they be the first one to hurry up and apply for positions and come on with it. Come on. Right. Johnny Cochran said it best. If the glove don't fit, must have quit. No knife with Karmelo. Right. And they didn't even say that the knife, they didn't even bring up Carmelo's Anthony fingerprints. They didn't even bring it up in court that his fingerprints wasn't on the knife. Megan said recently that she don't know what happened under the tent. Megan, y'all listen. When she said that right there is no way that she don't know that her son started that, and it was multiple people that jumped on Karmelo Anthony. When his mother had the nerve to say, with the white lady that was trying to understand the situation, she said, "Well, can you tell us what happened under the tent?" I don't know what happened under the tent. It did get a little awkwardly silent. I don't know what happened under the tent. I don't know. She didn't even say, "Hey, at this time, it's still emotional for me. The trial just ended, and I get back with you." She didn't even say that. She said, "I don't know what happened under the tent." Megan, man, come on. I don't think the tool was his. If they took his bag, right, where would he have gotten it from? Correct. Austin said he took his bag. So for everybody that's painting that Karmelo Anthony reached around in his bag and got the weapon, tell Hunter that. Because Hunter just said that Austin took his bag. And when the police in the arrest record said when they picked up the bag and he threw it to Sergeant Otis, he said he threw it to Sergeant Otis not knowing it was Karmelo Anthony bag. They didn't say when they threw the book bag, items came out, because it was still zipped up. Y'all, listen, Mike Howard. Gather yourself, ye gather together. Gather yourself together, ye gather yourself, oh nation, not desires. Come on with it. You can believe if those white community is angry over the GoFundMe account. That's nothing. Right. The Karmelo family is looking at billions after all of this is final, and it will be because of Collins County. The state of Texas will crumble. They're going to write new laws because of this case. He was being choked out by Austin, and the headlock. Yes, the headlock. Yes. How you doing, Crumpton? Yes, Doris. He was being choked out by Austin and several other guys with yes. But white America don't know this side of the story. I don't know why they don't know this side of the story. Yes, there's a lot of their brains are mush when it comes to comprehension and common sense, case in point. So I don't even know why they black defending oh my Lord Jesus. We are defending the innocent. Get it right. Because the black community does hold our own accordingly. You have never seen us stand up like this for somebody that was reckless in society. So don't lie on blacks and say that we are defending a murderer. No, we are defending the innocent. We are defending the righteous. We are defending a young man that had a 3.7 GPA that was going to graduate in 45 days or 50 days. He also had 21 scholarships. He had no disciplinary actions. He was captain of the football and captain of the track. And you mean to tell me that Karmelo Anthony, it would throw that away for Austin Metcalf? The devil is a lie. Why would Karmelo throw all this away from an Austin Metcalf? Why would he throw away a bright future like he had? His mother was at home. The father was bright and brilliant, business mind, working at Mercedes-Benz. I think it was Mercedes, making enough money to have his wife sit at home and take care of the kids. And you saying that Karmelo Anthony threw away for Austin Metcalf? They want us to believe that Karmelo Anthony threw away his future for Austin Metcalf. With this 3.7 GPA, graduating the next month, no disciplinary action, captain of the football, captain of the track, and 21 scholarships. Get out of here. Get out of here. A lot of people carry, yes, they carried the utility tools because the officer said, it was a utility tool that Karmelo Anthony had. So that's why I said, I don't think he was the one that actually delivered the blow with the knife that they showing us pictures for, because the officer said it was a utility tool. It was two officers that said it was a utility tool. And so, hey, thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much for all of your love. Thank you. You did that before. Thank you so much. We don't even know if Melo truly said that. Right. It's me or no, allegedly. They edit everything so bad. Right, Miss T. And that's why I started this live and said, we're fighting each other on both sides when it's Collins County that we should be putting the pressure on, because Collins County got everything that will put this to rest. But now that legal team is in place, so Collins County don't have to give us nothing. The legal team is going to do their job. But you're right. You're so right. Somebody had 2.5 inch blade of death in the womb. Karmelo had a 3.5 inch knife. So if the blade doesn't, that means, so Mike Howard, if Karmelo Anthony really wanted to do what y'all said he did to Austin, why did he only go in 2 inches and not the whole entire thing? Oh my gosh. Come on with it, David and Goliath. Two boys from under the tent. Hey, what's up, Pickaboo? Oh, you a different Pickaboo. You're a Pickaboo 779. I got two Pickaboos. I said, I think it was illegal substance that they threw in that trash can, y'all. How long I've been on here? Almost 2 hours. Okay, I'm about to let y'all go. I think it was illegal substance that them boys took and threw in that trash can. Because I think under that tent with all of them people, I think it was some dealers. I think it was some secret dealers under that tent, because allegedly Austin Metcalfs autopsy said that illegal substance overdose was the primary cause and the stab wounds were secondary. So that's my opinion. Video shows one boy diving in the trash to pick up illegal substances. I'm gonna say that, taking something out of the trash. Mike Howard should investigate that, but guess what? It's too late. It's too late. He was choked in a hole by Austin. Yes, we talked. Yes. And I talked about that. I talked about that last night. So please go out. This is the video. I cleaned it up. I've edited. Here's the thumbnail from last night's video. I've edited. I'm jumping straight into it around the 20 mark. So if you want to go to the 20th mark. Did I take it out? Hold on, I'll put it up here. This is the thumbnail that I did yesterday regarding the forensics that I did as a layman for everything that Collins County put on their website. Right. No blood splatter is extremely odd. They took a picture of his hoodie. They took a picture of his, well, I don't even know if they took the pictures of the pants or the shoes, because you don't even see that in there. And the prosecutor didn't even talk about no blood splatter or blood splatters on, because it's close, because it was none. But you're right. The blade doesn't fit. You must quit. Come on, examination. Why is he bringing a knife to a training? Because everybody walks around with blades, pocket knives. Listen, if you're going to call it a knife, you're going to call it a pocket knife. When you see that little clip, it's for the pocket. If you're going to call it a knife, call it a pocket knife. If you're going to call it a pocket knife, it's a pocket knife. I even have one on me now. It is not illegal in Texas. It's not illegal nowhere. And depending on the side of the blade, you can probably go to get on TSA with it. Get on the plane. TSA probably go flip it up. Oh, it's too long. You gotta check it. You gotta check it. But if it falls in a small dimension, you're good to go. Oh my God, they thinking they had a machete because two of them distracted. The coach premeditated assault right against Karmelo Anthony. Right, they the one that had premeditated motives and intentions. You're right. The video was hidden. Yes, he shouldn't have gotten life. He should have gotten life if it was a white boy. Guess what? You just got life. You and the dog. No Hunter, no edit, pre-taser, 200 Melo, probably Austin. Jealous. Yes, I agree with you. He clearly got jumped. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, sweetie? Hey, thank you so much for the love. Thank you for everybody. So much love in the comments. Can you show the video for the slow people in the back? Nah. I don't got time to be messing with the people in the video. We've been talking about that video for over 12 days now. Them people, they know. And if they can't see it, they are blind on purpose. God has already blinded them. God has already blinded them like they are in Egypt. God has blinded their eyes, have closed their ears, and then hardened their heart for a time like this. No. But I love you. I appreciate the comment though. But so it's not against you, but I'm not giving them nothing. They need to go out and do their own research. If the blade doesn't fit, you must quit. It's funny when you said, I don't know who did it, but I know it was right. They said 21 people, including Hunter, so that's 22. They said nobody saw it. Nobody saw it happen. But they know Karmelo Anthony did it. Even Hunter just said he didn't see the stabbing, but Karmelo Anthony did it. He said, because I didn't know his name until now. Even Hunter said, this is laughable. This is laughable. Is this what the American justice system, especially Texas, has turned into? God, is this what? This is laughable. Karmelo had an injury to the shoulder. Mike Howell said nothing. The witnesses are coach. Right. Yes, facts. Premeditated. Right. Karmelo was not judged by his peers. No, it was eight white men. One of those white men was an educator. So the Batson challenge, listen, that appeal is going to be so bad, so fast, because that is one thing that Mike Howard objected to was the jury. I think he was pretending, but actually it's going to come back and work in Karmelo Anthony's favor, because he didn't object to nothing else in court. He didn't even bring a forensics expert to speak on Karmelo Anthony's behalf. He didn't bring in no psychologist to speak on Karmelo Anthony's behalf. He could have had a psychologist talk to the juries and explain to them what was Karmelo Anthony thinking about being accosted. That's the word, accosted by 4 assailants. Hunter just said it. Hunter Ben said it. Hunter said it a year ago. And we just saw the videotape. But they say that it was Karmelo Anthony that confronted the boys and the friends. There is a certain sector of white Americans. I'm not even talking about the racists. I'm talking about the ones that actually believe that Karmelo Anthony, even after seeing the tape, that he went up in the stands and started it all. When Hunter just said this year and last year that they're the one that walked up to Karmelo Anthony and asked him to move. They took his book bag. They was yelling at him, screaming at him, multiple people. Austin took his book bag and threw it, and Austin pushed him. But based off Karmelo's Anthony face, that was a punch. Somebody punched him. All the witnesses said he did it. Y'all are making right, yeah. But if you're gonna say that, make sure you say that the witnesses said that they didn't see who did the stabbing, but they know it was Karmelo Anthony. So please, if you're gonna tell it right. Please tell it right. See, that's the problem. Y'all are not telling it right. You're not even taking Hunter's own words. Y'all are even omitting Hunter's own words. Oh my gosh. Right. Premeditated assault by 4 assailants against Karmelo Anthony. Yes. I think they told him they were hurt. Who? To my Eddie? That's why I said last night, Eddie needs to call somebody right now and start singing like a canary. Hold on. Read The Iceman Inheritance to understand the nature of Caucasians towards survivor sexuality, dominance, and colonization. Thank you for that, Copper. Remember the 911 call stated that they gotten him back. They're working on him. Why would they be working on a stab and not covering it? Facts. They know he was full of illegal substance. Come on with it. Ladies, seek. Trust me, I am. You know how I'm seeking help? I'm doing my own research. I'm not following what Collins County is giving me, because just by that video alone and all of the lying witnesses, they even had one witness by the name of Eddie said he didn't even know Karmelo Anthony. And they got pictures in the families and outgoings. Yeah, I'm seeking help. I'm doing my own research, and I'm tearing this whole damn case apart just sitting in my house. So I am seeking help, but thank you for that. And I got the help. Trust me, because y'all don't understand fundamentals. Yep, it's how I said it. Yes. Because they're an afterthought of facts, cheerleader. Been saying that from the jump. Yes. I truly believe Austin got poked by someone else. We talked about that unapologetic last night when they were fighting like savages. After unapologetic. And for everybody coming into this room, they said that it was not a fight after the fight, after Karmelo Anthony ran out of the tent. Some people don't even see the fight. And unapologetic, and for everybody else, here's the thumbnail that I did last night. I'm not going to be on here too long. It's already been 2 hours, but I want to get through every comment that I can. This is the thumbnail here that I did last night. Wow. Everybody loved it. So if you got time, go out and how could I say it? I'm sorry. Watch the video. It's about to pop up. But thank you so much, unapologetic. Tony, did you see the mom say Hannah moved in? Yes, Miss Lady T. I said, oh my gosh. Yes, I did. I'm surprised she even said that. Yes. Austin wore a 3T. It was blood on his sweatshirt. Are you talking about that smear? It was a smear, and he also had blood on his finger, so that actually could have been his own blood, because you know why? Because the prosecutor would have said that they found blood on Karmelo's sweatshirt. Now, since they didn't want any cameras in, oh, hold on. Here we go, y'all. I'm trying to get to the matter of fact, let me go and play this right here. this is why, if y'all haven't heard, this is why Judge Roach didn't want no cameras in the room. And I want y'all to pay specifically on what he's saying. Hold on. He didn't want cameras in the room for this reason here. Let's see him. Go to Court TV. I want to show you the thumbnail. Go to Court TV. I want y'all to go right here to this thumbnail here. This is where you finna hear this from. Let's see here.
Compelling showing as to Karmelo and
That's the wrong one. Hold on. They got another one. Hold on. Let me see here.
Bring in our guests who are standing
That's
by
the
to talk
wrong
about
one. So they got 3 thumbnails that look alike. All right, hold on, y'all. Oh, here we go. This is the. Hold on.
House was listen, from the beginning.
Here you go.
I said this was not about race. I tried to, I guess, extend an olive branch by going there to meet, to talk, to discuss this together, not to not.
So
make
this is a thumbnail
racial case, and that was part of his point. In
now, let me let you hear what this judge says.
Sense, you know, sort of play here, but
judge in the courtroom.
Thanks for having me as always, Benny.
Now, this is why Judge Roach said he didn't want any cameras in the room, okay? And everybody's gonna say, I'll let you, Benny, say who was a prosecutor, what he's gonna say about Judge Roach, okay?
Happy to be here.
So I was a little surprised when I found out that the judge from the Carmelo Anthony case granted a TV interview. He did an interview with WFAA, spoke about a lot of things, but there was one thing that really caught my attention. Again, this is a TV interview. We have the audio. Let's take a listen.
I have seen from other cases around the country where cameras in the courtroom changed the way that the judge acted, the lawyers acted, some of the witnesses acted, and we were not going to have that here. We were going to really isolate the purpose for which we were here for, which is to have that fair trial, and cameras in the courtroom did not enter into that equation at all.
Objection. Judge arguing facts not in evidence. You know, if you're a judge and a camera's in your courtroom and it changes the way you judge, that's your problem. That's not the problem with transparency. That's a problem with the judge. If a lawyer does anything other than try their case because a camera's in there, that's their problem. That's their mistake. That's their inability to be professional. But I'm surprised on a couple. All right, the judge didn't want cameras in the courtroom. I get it. We're going to talk about that.
So you heard it. You saw it. So let's focus on why he said he didn't want, once again, on why he didn't want cameras in the courtroom. And then I'm going to let y'all go. This is from Judge Roach.
We have the audio. Let's take a listen.
I have seen from other cases around the country where cameras in the courtroom changed the way that the judge acted, the lawyers acted, some of the witnesses acted, and we were not going to have that here. We were going to really isolate the purpose for which we were here for, which is to have that fair trial, and cameras in the courtroom did not enter into that equation at all.
Woo! Listen to what Judge Roach said. Judge Roach said the intended purposes of what they was doing there for was going to be for a fair trial, but cameras was not going to. God darn it! I definitely don't want to mess it up. Hold on.
In the courtroom changed the way that the judge acted,
Mm-hmm.
the lawyers acted, some of the witnesses acted, and we were not going to have that here. We were going to really isolate the purpose for which we were here for, which is to have that fair trial, and cameras in the courtroom did not enter into that equation at all.
Cameras did not enter in the equation of a fair trial. Basically, that's what he said. He said that if cameras was in the courtroom, the judge couldn't act like he wanted to act. The lawyers couldn't act like they wanted to act. The prosecutor wouldn't be able to act the way that they act. And now we see exactly what they wanted to do. Why it was no cameras recording nothing. That came from Judge Roach. He said cameras was not in the equation of a fair trial. Judge Roach just said that cameras being allowed in the courtroom was not part of the equation for a fair trial. And he said, lawyers act different when there's cameras in the room. Judges act different when there are cameras in the room. Witnesses act different from courts in the room. That's why Vinny is about to say this. Come on, Vinny. Come on, Vinny.
Objection. Judge arguing facts not in evidence. You know, if you're a judge and a camera's in your courtroom and it changes the way you judge, that's your problem. That's not the problem with transparency. That's a problem with the judge. If a lawyer does anything other than try their case because a camera's in there, that's their problem. That's their mistake. That's their inability to be professional. But I'm surprised on a couple. All right, the judge didn't want cameras in the courtroom. I get it. We're going to talk about that, and I always talk about it.
There's nothing else to say. Right. Isolate the reasons. Come on with it. Come on with it, Rob. Come on with it. And that video came out. Like I said, this is the thumbnail. And listen, this white judge that's about to speak, he is one of Texas' leading appellate lawyers. And y'all, he used to be a special prosecutor. He is one of Texas' leading appellate lawyers. His name is Attorney Brian Wise. And he also said that what Collins County did and Judge Roach did, the appeal process should be easy. He even said, I don't know, I've never heard of a Mike Howard. Y'all got time? If I play it, y'all want me to play it? Hold on. Trial was fixed. Yes. Come on. I'll play a little bit.
But he gave an interview about a case that just...
Let me fast forward it.
Be more correct. Look, you and I have known each other.
Look now, he's a white man. Listen to what this white man is about to say about this case, because he's confused about some things. And he's been practicing law in Texas over 40 years, and he said he never even heard of a Mike Howard.
Longer than most people have been married. Certainly most of the people that you and I know have been on here with. A couple of quick takes.
Oh, hold on. He is Brian Weiss. Here's his name. There it is. He is a criminal defense attorney. There it is. And you already see his demographics, male and white. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and I want to screenshot this right here. Y'all, he breaks it down. The Batson challenge, that's regarding the jury, the ineffective counsel of defense. He basically said that Mike Howard took the parents' money and ran.
I know Judge Roach. I met Judge Roach when I was a special prosecutor.
It's the Judge Roach.
Everything should go on the air unless it's in some educational capacity. And I know what this judge's clip was not particularly incendiary. That's the other take. I could not disagree with him more. In the end, I think, Vinny, you and I...
He said he'd been knowing Judge Roach, but he said he could not disagree with him more regarding the cameras in the courtroom. He just said that. He says, I know Judge Roach. I've been knowing him for some times. He said, but I cannot disagree with... Woo! Come on.
You know, are cut from the same cloth because we're old Court TV alums back in 93 and 94. And you make a great point, not just to suck up. If you as a judge, if you as a jurist are in any way, shape, or form impacted or affected by the fact that there's a camera, which is so unobtrusive that I found people forget about it in the first 90 seconds, then you should not be behind home plate in Game 7 of the World Series. You ought to be working at Chick-fil-A. The other thing is that if you are going to let witnesses or advocates play to the camera, and again, you know, the three most cliched things in America, French cuisine, Notre Dame football, and lawyers playing to the camera, nonsensical at best.
A judge in that case, Judge Cahill, the case, the bottom line was prosecutors won that case. And, you know, the rules were you don't talk about any case, you don't appeals, right? So what are your thoughts there? Is that going to be any sort of a
that I've kind of become like, the expert on, and the cases that I talk about was unfortunately accused. Why? Because he evinced a take, if you will,
something, and there's opposite interpretations of evidence, and it's nothing that the public has seen for themselves. We're only hearing about it through people who have their own bias or spin on it, one side or the other. It doesn't matter. And the public didn't get to see it in a case that is charged the way this one is charging the community and dividing the community, and people seeing it so differently. No one actually got to see it except for the few people who stood in line and got into the courtroom. And to me, that is the travesty here, is that it's a public courtroom. It doesn't belong to the judge. It doesn't belong to the lawyers. And there should be an ability for the public to be able to see it. Like, it doesn't interfere with anything other than provide transparency.
Woo!
And, I'm going to quote noted legal sage Woody Allen. I think it was in Bananas. This is a farce of a mockery of an outrage of an injustice. Look, there were only a handful.
Well, you mean to tell me that another criminal defense said this was an injustice? Like I said, he's also a appellate lawyer too. Listen, this thing is so good. Listen, I don't want to do you any injustice. This is the thumbnail. It was 2 weeks ago. Karmelo Anthony launches a legal war over stabbing a verdict. This is the thumbnail. And the channel name is Court TV. Court TV. This is the thumbnail. 2 hours long, but I thank you on this great day. Thank you. Like I said, thank you so much for all of the love. Thank you so much for all of the comments under the videos. Y'all, it is going down in the comments. We're over there talking about love, God, and scriptures. We're giving God all of the praise and the power in the room today and in the comments. So keep it up. I want everybody to have an awesome Sunday. And this week here, make sure, but be careful. Because we know for sure that we got some fools in this world that they can see something, but don't see something. They can hear something, but don't hear nothing. On purpose. Some of these people are doing it on purpose, but a change is going to come. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. So until next time, make sure you go and get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we stay vested up over here 365 degrees. And I'm going to try to come on every day until Karmelo Anthony is out, living free, out on appeal. His legal team is continuing to do what they do, and we're going to move forward. We're going to continue to move further. We're going to continue to break this down. If y'all like to go over the videos, I don't go over the videos because there's so many channels going over the videos, but I want to handle the other stuff. I want to dig in the other stuff going on in Texas, okay? So I just want to be transparent with you, because Judge Roach was not transparent with nobody, but they know what happened. All right, Vestas, I'll see you next time, okay? Let's see here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you. Judge, listen, and we ain't gonna bring him up. I see you, Janet. We ain't gonna bring him up. I'm gonna leave right here. Free Karmelo Anthony. Free Karmelo Anthony. Free Karmelo Anthony. We're still fighting for you, young man. We're still fighting for you. Okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right.